Hello. Welcome. Welcome in, everybody. Once you see that we are active and live. So I picked the worst day of probably ever, for me at least, to go live because I still feel like crap. And I'm like doing a double reading. I got like a headache. I'm like, oh, this is going to suck. But it is what it is. I'm still going to do it. Sometimes you just got to go with it. Go with what you got to do, what you got to do kind of energy. All right. I need coffee more than anything. All right. What's up, Decipher? Welcome in. How you doing, Amy? I really probably should have taken some Tylenol before I came out here. Holy hell. I'm not even playing. I'm like, oh. Oh, God. We'll have some fun. All right. Make sure you smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome in. My name is Leon. I'm a psychic medium, and we're going to read some tarot. All right. Oh, and this chair squeaks a lot. Here we go. Zodiac sign of Aries. Straight to the point. Straight to the point for Aries. What are the messages? Poppy. Tabria. Hello. Hello, Mabel. Amy Styles. Okay. Let's do this. Straight to the point for the Zodiac sign of Aries. What is the message for the Zodiac sign of Aries? Straight to the point. Hermit. What's going on? I get this, what do I do energy right off the bat with the Hermit energy. You may be kind of feeling like that, Aries. Are you trying to figure out at this time what you need to do that could bring in balance? Give me something more. I want more on this. Aries, show me something. Conclude. Give me more evidence on the floor. Let's see what you got. I feel like you don't know what to do. Some of you, it's not giving me a story on what it's about, but it almost makes me feel like you want things to work out evenly. So some of you may feel like for a while, certain things worked out well, and then other things haven't worked out well, and you're just wanting everything to work out well. What I see is the Hermit reversed, Two of Swords upright, Balance in reverse, Two of Wands. And I feel like you're wanting things to balance out. Some of you could be like a hope. Hold on, let's see what's going on. I feel like you're wanting to see things build with people, celebration energy. You have a lot of celebration energy, wanting to get closer to people or situations in celebrations. I'm not surprised that that's sitting there. A lot of it could pertain to past situations where it didn't feel like it was taking care of you. It didn't feel like it was taking care of you, Aries. It felt like, what the fuck? Kind of, you almost felt like either, I just feel like you didn't feel a part of it, or some of you, I have a couple energies right now. Some of you, it's an energy where you didn't want to be a part of something. That could be the guy Aries. That could definitely be the male Aries being just, a bold, stubborn ass Aries. Where the female Aries, I think she just backed off for a while. I feel like if the female did it, it was just because they kind of got disgusted. Where if the male did it, it was because they didn't trust it, or they were just feeling like it wasn't going to make any sense. Whatever the fuck that's about. Let's keep going. Here we go. It may have caused some people anxiety when they put their thoughts to it too, or wanted to work with it. For some of them out there. Clarify the Emperor upright, please. It made it easier to not want to emotionally move towards a situation or kind of speak up. Somebody was like, I don't want to speak up. Why do I want to open towards love? I need to open towards things that work in my favor, that make me happy. Because it's almost like some of you may have felt like you lost the patience or the trust with love. A lot of it had to do with lack of communication or trusting the communication that was around you. So you probably invested in yourself. Here we go. Straight to the point for Aries. It's like I give up energy, but I'm sick of it energy, and I don't want to give up. But it's just it almost comes across like, what is the fucking point to go forward? But then again, it comes across to me like I wouldn't mind it, but all that fucking work, like kind of energy. Like, do I really want to do that? Here we go. You give me this, I need to focus on me energy. This very strong, I want to focus on me energy, but I want people to focus on me, but it's got to be like, it has to be totally fucking different. What I'm seeing is it's got to be totally fucking different from what it's been in the past. It can't be anything it can't, anything that resurfaces that you've already dealt with, you're like, nah, fuck the bullshit. You're not, I just don't get you don't want to deal with that. Here we go. Clarify that. Aries. You want to move out of this energy. I know you want to move out of this energy. I feel like emotionally you've been trying to accept a lot of responsibilities or a lot of doing things for yourself for quite some time. But this tells me you want to get out of that energy. This tells me as much as you've been focusing on your own stuff, you want to see other things balance out and other things manifest. And you've had this shit on your mind constantly. And it has a lot to do with love situations. And you know what's fucking crazy? I feel like you want victories with love situations. And I feel like this is ringing home with both sexes, male and woman. I feel like you guys one of you's on one side of the ladder, while the other one's on the other side of the ladder trying to get there first. Kind of energy. Here we go. Let's go. Some of you have had a lot of hard times with knowing if you should move forward. Knowing if you should move forward, or when you thought about it, it just gave you this feeling of uncertain energy. A lot of it was with connections that you were attached to or that you liked. You either were really attached to the person, really liked the person, really fond of the situation, but you weren't sure if you wanted to move forward in the situation. You also didn't know like if they were upset when you weren't around, is what it's making me feel like. So it tells me that you both kind of started to put some work in the beginning. It tells me in the beginning you might have both started to put some work in, but eventually that communication that was starting and you both were aware of, Judgment reversed, Eight of Coins reversed, stopped. It completely stopped. And I don't feel like you wanted to feel like that. Emotionally, I feel like you've been wanting to feel like things are good, things are working out. I don't got to worry about stuff. Go to the bottom. Lately, you may have been trying just to focus on not being upset of the things that haven't shown up for you or that you haven't moved towards. This is like the things that might be mentally going on upstairs, is what it's telling me. Okay? Let's see what we get with the other tarot deck for you. That will be whatever comes out. That will be whatever comes out. I almost get the energy too. If anybody was to try to argue with you or be combative with you, I don't think you would stick around for it or deal with it much. I feel like you would try to focus on something completely away from that right now. You give me the energy where you would make sure you weren't available for it, whatever that's about. Here we go. Whatever comes out for Aries. Whatever comes out for the zodiac sign of Aries. Let's see what you get. Oh, mother frigger. Man, they went everywhere. Okay. Let's give you two more shuffles. I got them all. Okay. One went way over on the floor to the left. I wonder if it'll show up. I know what card it was. Whatever comes up for Aries. You should get messages. They're jumping like crazy in my hands. Here we go. Whatever comes out for Aries. Yep, not surprised. That was fast as hell too. 4 Chalice. So this is gonna be for the Aries that you ain't been like going to the bar. You ain't been doing shit. Like maybe you've got an investment coming up or you want to do something. I feel like if you do invest in something, it's gonna be on your own. For some of you, whether you could be a guy, you could be a woman or a man. Why I say that is there's a young guy there. Looks like a little bit of an older lady here, but the celebrations and the Page of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like any celebrations you have are going to be on your own. I don't feel like you want to feel I don't feel like you want to be feeling upset. Eight of Wands. I feel like you're trying to move from that energy. Whatever wants to come out. The Two of Wands. You're making decisions. Nine of. Look at this. Not to be upset. All right. Here we go. Give me something. Whatever else wants to come up for Aries. So you're in a transitional phase where it's like Aries is kind of like no ands, ifs, or buts. They're like, you know what? If it's something that I feel like I can't trust, that's basically the seven. You have the Seven of Wagons, so the Seven of Wands here. It's like if there's something you don't feel like you could work with, or isn't worth communicating with or moving towards. Knight of Wands. When you go to look at it or play with the idea of it, you'll go back to you're like putting the harvest, your thinking cap on. The Eight of Anthems. It's making me feel like you don't want anxiety or fear towards building that direction. You're just looking for that wild, exciting change to just show up and happen. Here we go. Show me something else for Aries. The Queen of Pentacles. Some of you may have felt like, some of you give me this energy where you might have felt like I've just been so fucking unlucky in relationships. King of Wands and Queen of Pentacles. It's almost like because you have that Eight of Pentacles in reverse, like you've wanted to have the excitement, the fun part, that man energy, that King of Wands energy, the excitement, the fun of it, but also the stability of it. The Queen of Pentacles and the High Priestess, and you're aware of this, wanting that investment. There's the Aware card. Some of you, because you didn't get it, you just chose to focus on investing in yourself or your friends. Some of you, it's going to be brand new friendships because the old ones didn't work out. Ooh, it's giving me a back and forth energy, though. Some of you are going to have like passion or excitement to connect with people, while others are going to be unsure if that's what they want to do. Show me something else, whatever comes out. Zodiac sign of Aries. So it's like some of you Aries are ready. Some of you Aries are not. What the fuck? Oh, I already had a fucking headache. Like, come on, Aries. Can you hit the like button for me? Can you do something? Maybe, I don't know, send me some fucking healing waves through the computer or your mobile device, your television, however the fuck you're watching me, your tablet. Or when you watch it, try to like get my headache to go away. Four of Wands, the Standing Stone. It just gives me this energy where it feels like things have just become very complacent or standing still. Hold on. Show me something for Aries. Fuck it. The Lady and the Lover. It's in a love situation. I'm done. It's in a love situation, and I think you're aware of it. The Eight of Chalices. Emotionally, what do I do? The Seven of Anthems. I'm looking away. It's not there. It's never going to show up. I don't trust it. I don't believe it. The Queen of Anthems. I got to focus on me. You know what I mean? I can't you kind of have like, I'm going to dust myself off energy, and I'm not going to get upset about the investments that aren't around me. Even as much as you'd like to see them manifest, but it feels like they're not showing up. The High Priestess. What are you trying to trust? Not feeling stuck. Making decisions to accept communications and being aware that it's almost like you need to start over. This card makes me feel like with that owl there, her holding a sword above her head, that you need to start over with communication. the wheel. Start making the moves. Start going after this. And I do feel like you're gonna. So some of you are going to walk away from situations or have walked away. It's telling me some of you have walked away from people or situations or old groups, or you will. And you know what I mean? Like emotionally, it became at a distance, or you became unfond of it. Where others of you, I feel like it'll be checking into new relationships, starting from scratch. You might not be speaking to fire sign, air sign. Definitely could be fire sign, air sign. More fire, communication. Fire, 9 of wands. Some of you are water sign. Some of you aren't talking to a water sign. Fire sign, air sign, water sign. The good news is it's behind you. So this reading, for whatever comes out, is telling me it's not bothering you anymore. I think it comes to the mind. So you think about it and then you let it go, or you focus on something else completely. As far as going forward, I feel like you're going to be trying to be more determined on keeping. I almost feel, not all of you, but I feel like some of you, and that this is going to be hard to hear. Not everybody likes to get fucking opinions or wisdom. I hate to do this, but I'm going to do it because I wouldn't feel right like later if I didn't say it. Some of you, and I do think it's towards a lot of the guys out there, not all of them, but the majority of guys out there, if you've been hurting internally, especially if it's been upstairs, it almost gives me the energy where you've got to kind of focus on sticking with being happy or just accepting things and not letting them get to you or putting any focus on them or letting them slow you down. And I feel like that's going to be a mentality that helps the guys. The women are more on that, like, is it worth investing? Should this just be something like a fling, or should it be more? Should I want to open up towards my feelings? They're more trying to pry at that door. Okay, we're done. We're done. I'm done fucking with that energy. All right, we're going to Taurus. All right. I think I said enough. Here we go. All right, where are we at? Taurus. I couldn't figure. I got so many cards around me. I got to start cleaning up my table. I moved a bunch of them out of the way, but then I'm like, wait a minute, which one's brothers? I just use it. Here we go. So the guy's got to clear the guy Aries got to clear the clutter. The female Aries are kind of like, I feel like some of them had issues with like the same sex, and that disturbed them for a while and made them like kind of back away. Some of them, it was a relationship, and after that relationship, it was just it struck that chord. So they decided, you know what, I'll just hang out with my friends, whether they're girls or guys. And that's what they decided to do for a while. I don't know why I pick up energy like that for Aries. Let's see what we get for Taurus. Taurus. All right. What do we got for Taurus? Straight to the point for you. Oh, shit. Don't make a mess of my hands. Here we go. Taurus, what do we got for you? Straight to the point. Ooh. Tauruses could just be okay. Taurus, you could be feeling like change is needed. You could be feeling tired, very kind of like again. Or I almost get like Taurus, the excitement Aries should be trying to figure out and chase, or they're going to. I feel like Taurus is just like, it's the same old bullshit every day. Kind of right now. I feel like you're kind of right there. And I think it's making you really fucking tired. Like more tired than you normally would be. Hold on. Here we go. What the fuck? And you're aware of it. You know that. What else do you know? The Hermit came flying out upright. I almost feel like you know that things need to brighten up or change. Okay, because it isn't so much. I don't feel like it's that everything around you is unhealthy at this point. I feel like you already dealt with that. I feel like what it is it's the fact that nothing's moving or decisions aren't being made, or you're not feeling like you can trust things to open up to making you feel like you want to move forward. It's almost like well, what's the point energy, or like everything's become so, I almost want to say blah, like fuck kind of energy. Here we go. You don't want to be in that energy. You're not, it doesn't tell me you're obsessed or overstimulated about rushing to a relationship or celebrations with people. A lot of that could be due to the lack of situations or people being able to communicate emotionally or honestly, or even just communicate in general correctly. So I feel like that's not the problem. I just feel like it feels like nothing's, you almost come off very like every day is the same, or nope, here comes the next day kind of energy. Almost like very unimpressed. Here we go. I don't know if that's ringing a bell, but let's keep going. You don't come off combative, which is good. That part's really good. And I don't feel like you want to deal with anything that's going to just tear you down or upset you at this point. Who the fuck would if you feel like if they're like, all right, so yesterday went by so fast. Now let's just deal with today. And then today's gone just to the next day. So you're kind of in an energy that it's almost like a slump. You might feel like you've been in a slump for a little while. Here we go. Show me something for Taurus, please. Show me something for the zodiac sign of Taurus. Some of you, I feel like you didn't emotionally want to get connected for a while. I feel like you decided, I'm backing off. I'm going to just focus on what I need to focus on. This may have been several months. Emotionally, I feel like you weren't willing to take the risk or go towards that investment. I do feel like this is something I feel like you're purging this energy. I feel like this is something you're cutting away from or letting go of. I feel like now is the time where you're starting to recognize, I've been a little bit nervous or upset or not really sure of if I want to move forward towards a celebration or happiness or even work with it. I want to see what I can get. Clarify that. Clarify anything for Taurus. Why is that here? Explain why that's here. Okay, I want to see what that is. But now you may be ready. Look at this. Holy shit. 10 of coins, the Knight of Cups, emotionally being equipped to the 10 of Cups. Now you may be starting to feel like if you're not there, you're going to be there. That's good news. That's even better news. But I feel like this is where you are right now. I feel like you're apart from it and trying to get there. I think a lot of that has to do with a lack of excitement or seeing the momentum happen in front of your face. You're going to be emotionally ready. I don't feel like you're going to come off. It might take a lot to impress you. Or I get a couple weird fucking things. It may take a lot to impress you or get your attention. Holy shit, whoever's coming towards you. Some of you, it could definitely be a water fire sign, by the way. Water fire sign. Whatever the investment is, go to the bottom of 3. It's on its way. I'm telling you, whatever you're not seeing move towards you or you go towards right now, I feel like it's on its way. For you to have this card next to the moon, next to kind of looking up at kind of daydreaming about what you may want or thinking about the happiness, there's a chance. Maybe a Leo, maybe a Sagittarius, maybe a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, could be an Aries. Ooh, I got to flip it over. I don't feel like you have anxiety. You give me 2 things. Like you don't have anxiety or fear. You just want to manifest things that aren't going to just kind of come in and leave. You just give me this, I don't want it to show up and be gone energy. I don't want to deal with it to be there for 1 minute. And then I'm like, wondering what the fuck, hold on. Like the investment just disappears and leaves you in a certain fucking energy. I don't really think you want that. And I think you're very, very aware of that. I think a lot of it's going to be with the communication and how it develops for the zodiac sign of Taurus. Let's go to the other deck. So you could have some different energy. If you find different energy, or you start to come out of that like slump energy, or just feeling like everything's going day by day energy, or not feeling impressed energy, if you start coming out of that, things may start to shift or show you opportunity. There's a chance you'll get some I did see a couple signs that could be potential for you coming up. So that, I feel like a lot of that has to be, it's like right time, right moment type energy. Hold on. All right, let's go to whatever comes out for you. Whatever comes out for the zodiac sign of Taurus. Here we go. Have you been eating less too? Some of you could be eating less or feeling like, I just get like you're eating less, or you're not feeling as physically involved. Something's going on. What the fuck? All right. All right, let's keep rolling. Here we go. Whatever comes out for Taurus. Four of Pentacles, the Five of Challenge. All right, so you're not really wanting to deal with any issues right now. Anything that it's almost as if you clarify those two before I say anything. See what it is. Three of Pentacles, Three of Wands. You're more or less leaving, but I get it. I get what you're trying to say. I think you're trying to leave behind things that made you unhappy or made you feel like they weren't going to work out. I don't even think you're trying to. I think you did. I'm going to say you probably did. You have the Four of Pentacles, and then you have the Five of Chalices. I feel like you've kind of closed off things that you thought you could work with. You're not worried about that. Three of Wands and Three of Pentacles makes me feel like the direction and the building. What am I heading to, and what am I building towards? Because I'm not moving towards stuff that didn't make me happy, but I want to know where I'm going with the Wheel card. I don't feel like you're stressed out about it at all, because you have the Earth Woman, the Earth Mother in reverse, and on this side and on this side, you have the Eight of what would be the Eight of Swords reversed. She's called the Eight of Athenas, but you have her reversed too. So you don't come off worried. I feel like you come off kind of just anticipating a change. Well, let's see what we get. Show me something for Taurus, whatever comes out. You want to see something start to be established. I feel like you're ready, or you're willing. You almost have like, I would like to get this going. Energy. Hold on. Wow, you give me a really. This person's gonna have to. They're gonna have to have all the quality. Oh, I gotta put these down. Holy shit! They're gonna have to have a lot of qualities you like. I just get this weird fucking energy where they're gonna have to. It doesn't mean they have to necessarily like what you like. I just get this energy where they're gonna have to. You're gonna have to really be fond of this person for you to get this Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. It's almost like you're like, I want to start, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna play with it energy. Then do I trust it? Then it comes with stuck energy. This just makes me feel like you've noted it's not going to be anybody you've dealt with. Those two cards tell me it's nobody you're going to deal. But this Green Man card makes me feel as if you want to manifest something that it's going to be well worth the whole fucking investment, because you don't want to sit like this. That Five of Chalices. You don't want to sit. Oh, excuse me. It isn't Chalices. It's Pentacles. You don't want to sit like that, feeling left out in the cold. You want something that you give me this with that Earth energy. Like, you really want something that matters. It's got to make you feel grounded and wholesome. You know what I mean? Like, almost like you've been together before in the past, or a past life or connection, or like you feel like you've missed each other. Like you might even have, like, if you, I don't know, but it could be something where you get in a relationship with them and you wish you met them at a younger age, or a lot sooner in life. Like, kind of like the way they're looking at each other. Like, where were you? Like, where were you? I needed you 20 years ago, or 10 years ago, whatever. Here we go. And it's not like you need to tell them that. It's just you might feel that connected to them. Two of Pentacles. 6. Clarify it. Taurus. I feel like it's going to start shifting and coming around. I do feel like something's coming your way. And it's going to be a matter if you're willing to see this person coming towards you, is what I feel like. For you to have the Two of Pentacles, and then you've got like, that would be like the 6. That would be like the 6 of Swords, basically calmer waters, or it coming towards you, or you going towards it. The Crone, which is a Strength card. The 9 of Pentacles reversed. I almost feel like it's a matter if you feel like it, like working with the investment here. This is about, are you going to speak the Holy King? Are you going to speak? Are you going to acknowledge it? Are you going to acknowledge it? Are you going to accept the change? Are you going to invite in the good celebration? Are you going to be willing to do that? Lady and lover, potentially yes. Yes, Queen of Wands, I'm going to say yes. If your heart's open for it, or you find this person, I think you're going to put the work towards it. Go to the bottom again. I think it's something you'll enjoy, or a person you'll like to do things with, is what I'm getting out of this. So what it's telling me is, it's almost as if your heart's open to win it, you're not worried about the things that upset you in the past. You're basically trusting your intuitive or psychic connection to where it's like, okay, Ace of Wands energy. I'm very passionate about this new beginning. 2 of Wands. Then you got the Nurture card again. And I feel like that Nurture card, I just feel like that's more or less you feeling confident in going in this direction, getting balance. The World Tree, kind of feeling like it's going to be something you want to move towards. Look at this. If she wants to open that door or walk in that house, or kind of experience it. King of Wands. Oh, we're not clarifying that one. the what? The Horned God. Okay. The Horned God. He could be horny as fuck. I'm just going to I wasn't going to clarify it. I'm going to clarify it. You don't get the King of Wands and the Horned God together unless the dude's horny as shit. All right? Knight of Chalices. Come on, baby. Emotionally come towards me. 2 of Cups. Let's do this shit. And it's emotionally, if you're ready for it. He's fucking like, fill the cup, baby. All right? So you could have some potentials coming your way. Some of you, I get something I don't typically say, but I don't want to, like, I'm not like a let me lift up your hopes and tear them down on you type of reader. It's more or less, I've just got to tell you what I feel without the tail real quick. So what I'm feeling as I read the end of that, some of you may get that sooner than others. Some of you, it could be 3 months, 6 months. Some of you could be a year and a half, 2 years. I can't feel like I can box it in. I can't with your sign, because it's just too all over the place. It's too much. It's not sticking in a. I don't feel confident enough to tell you a distinctive time where it would resonate with 12 people at once, because it feels like it's just different for a lot of the sign Taurus right now. I don't know. I feel that way, so I'm going to stick with that. I feel like it's coming in when it's meant to come in, and some of you will get to it quicker than others. That's where I'm going to leave that. Okay. Okay, let me shut the heat off before I die. Oh my God, it's hot in here. I gotta read faster. I'm reading slow as hell. Here we go. Let's go. Gemini. Welcome in, Alban, LZ fan, Aries man. Philomena. Probably botched that one, but I tried. Here we go. Straight to the point with Gemini. What do you got for Gemini? Straight to the point. Let's see what we get for Gemini. Straight to the point, Gemini. Emotions. What's going on with that? Clarify this queen. Not feeling emotion. Feeling. Oh, it's okay. Some of you, I can't shake the energy that's going on. Hopefully this shifts soon because I'm getting tired of reading it, to be honest. It could go in a different direction, but what I see is Queen of Cups. It just feels like a struggle. The Queen of Cups, emotionally feeling like situations aren't making sense or meeting you halfway or matching. It's a mismatch energy. And it's not making you feel like something you can trust or you want to. It's almost like you don't trust it, and right now you don't even want to fucking hear it. What I'm saying, you probably don't want to hear, kind of energy. Fuck. This is going to be a fucking banger reading. Here we go. You know what's crazy about it? Some of you, it's around home, lifestyle, or it's around career. Because that's home, lifestyle, and that could also... I thought that was actually the 10 of Pentacles. That's the 10 of Cups reversed. So it could be a home situation making you unhappy. Others of you, it's the career or the lack of the balance between both. Clarify it. Gemini. Straight to the point. Straight to the point. You are just so over shit. I feel like you come off with this card right here. I almost get the energy where you're trying to hold tight. You almost feel, you give me this energy where you're trying to hold tight, or you see, it's almost like you know what you're worth, or you see your worth, but you don't feel like you feel, almost feel kind of shadowed. You give me a shadowed energy with that. Oh, what the fuck is this? You give me like I feel shadowed, or my communication isn't working right now, or I'm not being heard, or I'm not being, almost like you're Gemini. It's almost like you're not being recognized for who you are. That queen of communication. You know, like you feel at a distance from it, and you just want to get out of that fucking energy. Okay. Holy shit. So what it's telling me, let me put this somewhere. Oh, I don't want to shut this off, man. I can't do that. All right, so I'll put them over there. Just can't forget they're over there. Yeah, you could give me this energy where things don't look like they've made you too. I don't get this I'm thrilled right now energy with you. I honestly, I went from reading the sign before you to your energy, and I felt zapped. Immediately felt fucking zapped. Feels like you have this, why would I have to deal with this energy right now? So whatever's going on, just remember things can change or shift. It's just a matter of, sometimes it's a matter of just dealing with it and letting time happen. Sometimes it's a matter of perspective. All right. But emotionally, you're aware of how you feel. This is what this is going to get real. Like this is going to be kind of a hard truth read for you. Strength in the Page of Swords. Your communication feels a little bit, when it comes to playing with it or going after it, like it needs to like change, or it needs to be present. It needs to be appreciated. You come off like I need to be more appreciated. I'm not getting the fucking appreciation I deserve. I hate to say that, but look that's the Tower card in reverse, and that's the Devastated Lady. And I feel like you don't want to feel like that. Now I need these cards. I feel like you don't want to feel like that at fucking all. Who the fuck would? All right, here we go. Gemini, straight to the point. Things are going to come into balance. And I just feel like it hasn't happened or been swift enough for Geminis. Geminis are very fast action people. They're fucking always busy. You know what I mean? Whether they're being a motor mouth, a motor thinker, or a motivator, or just on the fucking go all the time. They're fucking busy. They move. Trust me, they stay fucking busy. Here we go. You also may feel like you're not getting the support you need, or that you don't know if you want to look for support outside of you. What is this? You have the Three of Swords reversed, the Knight of Swords reversed, and then the Ten of Coins. It's like you know what you want to establish or put work towards. You may be trying to get a lot of rest. Something about wanting to get a lot of rest, or trying to not feel clouded, or you come off like you just give me this. I don't trust the situations around me right now. You just give me this strong. When it comes to foundations that I felt like should be gold, they don't feel like fucking gold. They feel like chaos and fucking problems. And I just want to trust them. I just need to find that answer and be emotionally aware of that. What's going on with love? Love may make you be feeling like, it's not really there, or I'm not really. Love could be causing you anxiety or the feelings towards it. Some of you, love could be causing you anxiety, the feelings towards it, or the fact if you should even fucking deal with it. Two of Cups, the Hangman before it. Here we go. Anything else for Gemini? You're gonna have to be that. You're gonna have to be that leader. King of Swords energy. Just make that fucking decision. Put that work in. I'm telling you. You want to get that sun and be happy? You want to see excitement and things change? The way you're gonna get balance is speaking up and not focusing on anything that's too heavy. Put that in the rear. See this? The Six of Cups. Put that in the rearview mirror for you. I'm telling you. Surrender to that. Don't get stuck to it. Let it become something that you smile about because it's behind you and it's not causing you any anxiety or fear or regret. Because I feel like it's slowing you down from moving forward towards things you want to. You may be aware of this. Now, not all of you are probably in that energy, but that's the energy I'm getting. Here we go. God damn. I've kind of come to the realization, like a lot of people are not going to be able to stick up with my speed. They're not going to like the way I am on here. And I've accepted that for what it is. It doesn't bother me. I get it for what it is, but it doesn't surprise me either. You know what I mean? Like, you can't let little bygones be bygones. You just got to let people be what they're going to be, or figure out things for themselves, whether it's time or pain or experience, whatever the fuck it is. Let's see what we get, Gemini. Let's see what we get. Whatever comes out for Gemini. Whatever comes out for you. Just two for you. I felt good. Here we go. Whatever comes out. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. You're tired? You're tired? You're tired? You're trying to come out of feeling tired or unappreciated. It's telling me you very well you damn well better know that. Or I feel like you know it. You're so aware of this that it's not like anything new. Okay, you haven't really made a lot of clarity or action yet, but you're going to. I don't need the cards to know that. Four of Pentacles. You'll start investing. You'll start working your magic, or figuring out how to get out of that stuck feeling that you were in, because that's in reverse. Holy shit! I like that. That made sense. Here we go. Let's go. Five of Pentacles. That lonely feeling, or that feeling of being stuck. The Green Man. You're gonna come out of this. Ace of Pentacles. What it's a matter of is emotionally accepting things for what they are. If they don't work out, or it's not meant to work out, or it makes you feel apart from it, it doesn't mean you can't get to what you deserve. It just means you got to be strong and have faith and trust inside of yourself. And I feel like that's been the battle. I feel like you've been having a hard time with collectively making decisions. I'm over it. You're not moving towards those. I feel like you're wanting to see changes. I feel like you're trying to embody the energy to change, but you're still at a distance from it. It's still like these two are you, and everybody's over there away from you. All right, here we go. Show me something, Gemini. Oh my God, I'm not giving you all that many. I'll be here all night. I can do it again. Oh, you are getting that one. Okay, so a lot of you, it's going to be about getting ready to trust, speak up. I feel like trust and speak. And surrender to allowing things to change or unfold. It's you have like, I got to surrender to things that are upsetting me energy. And I got to trust to know that that's what's best for me, because emotionally, it's not making any sense to work in this direction. It's not the thing I want to harvest, but I emotionally, it's bothering the fuck out of me. Look at her. She's bothered. She's ignoring everything else. And it's probably really getting to you. And I feel like you're trying to trust letting go of that energy. Nine of Pentacles, the High Priestess. You will learn to trust it. The thing I'm seeing, though, oh, what is this? Some of you, it's a matter of appreciating or valuing. No, it's almost like being your own fucking cheerleader. I hate to say that. Some of you got to be your own cheerleader for a little while, or that's how you've been feeling, is what the tarot's telling me. Holy shit. Almost like nothing's being acknowledged, or nothing's being I don't feel like things aren't, it doesn't feel like a gamble. It just feels like things are kind of showing you the ugliness around you, and you're just sick of it. You just want to see things change. The wheel, want to move on to victories. The Witch, the Page of Wands. A lot of it will have to be with balancing out communications and trusting your forward movement. Page of Chalices, and being open up emotionally, because I feel like that's a challenge for you right now, is opening up emotionally to situations that have got you pissed off or bothered. 7, Queen. I don't feel like you've been putting a lot of hard work and effort towards things that you know that would make you happy, because I think other things you've been focused on. Some of you, it's just being a parent or work and career. It's a lot of you, it's being a parent or an elder taking care of younger, and work and career, or making sure that's solid. Something like that. That's what I got for Gemini. All right, here we go. Cancer. Let's move on to Cancer's energy, please. See what we get for you. I need some coffee now. Excuse me. Okay. Cancer. Straight to the point. Hello, Jill. Hello, Deanna. Welcome in, Bonnie. Well, Gemini, I don't want you guys to think that. All right, let's get to that. I just light up when I get that urge to smoke. Shit, I already want another cigarette, and I'm like, I gotta wait a little bit longer than that. So I don't want you to think it's like I pick on Virgo, or I smoke on Gemini, or I smoke on Capricorn or Aquarius. I probably smoke a lot on Pisces because it's the last sign, or I think it's Aquarius. I do. I don't really focus on which signs I smoke on. I smoke when I smoke. I'm just gonna be real with you. That's the smoking is just because I'm addicted to nicotine. Like, I don't know how else to tell you. I've been addicted to this shit for 20 years, and I got to get away from it eventually. You know what I'm saying? Fucking long enough. It's been long enough. I got to put the work in. Got to go find somebody that's good at hypnotize, getting like in my general area that's good at hypnosis, and just get it done. That's the way I want to see if it works. Here we go. Cancer. Straight to the point. What do we got? Just remember to hit the like button. Subscribe to the content if you like it. The only other thing I could ask for, if you don't mind, is watch as much of it as you can, because it will help other people find the videos. It'll actually pronounce me on YouTube, because I'm not here every day. If I could be, I would be, but I don't have many hours in my schedule right now to do that. Here we go, Cancer. What's going on, Cancer? Why do you have the 7 of Cups right off the bat? You want things to work out. You are so ready for, like, I almost get like a happy energy inside of you. I feel like you are ready. You almost feel like it's time for me to find fulfillment. You come off real strong with that. Some of you haven't been committed to a relationship for a while, and that is why. I don't care whether you're a woman or a guy. I don't care if it was the same sex or not. It doesn't matter. It just feels like if you weren't committed for well over probably about 9 months to 18 months, between that time frame or longer, you're ready to start playing with that energy. It's almost like it fascinates. Oh, let's go. Here we go. You haven't worked with it for a while, but maybe it's time to start working with it and communicating with it. What could happen? Let's see what could happen. Emotionally, oof. Okay, that is confusing. I got to clarify that. Hold on. What? Why is that? So some of you are at a pivotal, like a pivotal point, or like you have this card that it's almost like with this. So it starts off with you know you haven't been working with it. You probably haven't emotionally opened up to it. You know you could have victories with it, but you got sick of it. The death card. You got sick of doing it or moving towards it or even opening up or expressing or trying. I feel like now is the time to manifest this shit. Manifesting that emotional support you have not been working with. All right. Jesus. And I feel like it isn't about just getting like a desire or an outcome or like a one night thing. I feel like it's getting the movement of a situation, or it could also be, I just feel like you're struggling to trust making that decision. I get you're struggling to trust to opening up to that new celebration energy. Some of you, and that's going to be hard for you to admit. I don't know how much I'm going to like this reading because I feel like I'm getting deep in people's energy. And I feel like it's this is almost one of those readings where it may trigger people who aren't ready spiritually enough to accept what the fuck I got to tell them. And I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? It's probably why a lot of the fucking people who watch are my age or 10 to 20 years older than me. I don't fuck with like 18 and 24-year-olds who, you know, just are on the go and it's like living the fast life. I read a little past that energy. I can read somebody that young or younger, definitely. But kids are easy for me for some reason to read. I don't like to. I like to read adults or people who are more fascinated with what spiritualism can actually bring to the table, what it can actually show a person because of what it's shown me. All right. Now, the way I see this reading, it's almost like what you didn't work with, what you could move with. You do have this energy of kind of feeling like you are missing the excitement or the sexual pleasure. It does tell me that you can't get that Queen of Wands reversed and that King of Wands reversed. Excuse me, the Ace of Wands reversed, the Hermit reversed, the Hangman reversed, Two of Wands, and then you in reverse. I feel like you've been at a distance from this. I don't feel like it's been something you've been fighting to go towards. I feel like you've been trying to put a lot of work and effort towards yourself, towards your home, or towards a business or work and career. Work, career, and being content with yourself at home for some reason I'm picking up. Not letting things get to you, keeping away from the scene, staying away from anything that's going to make you upset or aggravate you, or that's going to make you feel like it doesn't belong in my energy or I don't trust it. I don't fucking like it. I don't trust it. Fuck a bitch kind of energy or bastard. Like not playing with that. Not at all. Bottom of the deck, not working with it, not willing to, not wanting to. But I do get this energy you're wanting more excitement of a relations or expanding to get there. Here we go. Those are two happy people, but I'm not gonna. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Why is it reversed? So you may have had to recognize things that didn't work out or doors that didn't work out or that you had to cut out. You couldn't be upset about anymore. And I feel like you're starting to come to a positive mindset of accepting change that you were kind of like pushing away from you for a while. And now it's time to balance it in and accept something good. Accept something good. Let it come towards you or let yourself build towards it. Let it show up. I mean, come on. It hasn't been a main focus to the point where emotionally, I don't feel like it upsets you. I feel like you became so strong and independent on your own that yes, you'd like to play in that area, but it's not like the end of the world right now for you because it doesn't stress. You get the Empress reverse; it doesn't stress you out. I feel like it's something you want, but it's not something that you're obsessed or over overexcited about. I feel like you just know what you want to invest in, or what you want to invest in you. There she is. There they are. So some of you, the reason you held back was there was too much bullshit, lying energy, or deception around you. It might have caused a lot of anxiety, or made you feel like people just don't change. Or I'm just sick of people. You give me this. These two cards make me feel like for a while you just got sick of fucking dealing with people, or almost like there was too much fucking commotion going around behind your back, and you became very aware of this. Queen of Swords with the 10. I feel like you're ready to start communicating or finding that connection. I feel like you're not afraid to do it. I feel like you're just wanting it to happen. I feel like you fucking know about it too. I feel like you fucking know about it. I don't feel like you're upset about somebody who did you wrong anymore. No, Cancer's about let me find the investment and let me make it happen. And I think that's the smart energy to move towards. All right. Cancer kind of backed off, but I think you kind of did it because of a lot of, you had a lot of chaos. Some of you, the chaos was fucking people around your energy where you didn't know if you could trust them, or you heard shit. There was this person saying that, this person saying that. You didn't know who the fuck to believe. So you were like, I'm fucking done with it. Others of you, it was a relationship that kind of, there was chaos, a lot of back and forth, and a lot of, I don't want to say missed opportunity, but a lot of secrets. And there wasn't a lot of discipline to the relationship. There wasn't a lot of discipline to the relationship. There might have even been, for some of you, cheating. I'm going to tell you, cheating. Some of you, there was some of this bullshit. Look at that. The one fucking card, and I'm not even looking at that shit. Cheating. I could feel it. I'm like, yeah, there was. That doesn't mean it was 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago. This means it happened, and it either happened and it completely got like under the radar on you, like you never found out, and things just started to be weird in communication, or they started to be distant and you didn't know what the fuck's going on. There's your sign. Or you found out over time. It's one of the fucking two. We're done. Not all of you went through that, but there was a lot of chaos. And I will say it again. I don't know if I said it for that sign, but that is a sign where you could be in a same-sex relationship. It doesn't matter, because I can see it going both ways. Whether, you're in a straight relationship, or, you're in a relationship where you go for the same sex. Okay. Cancer. Let's see what else we get for Cancer. And the fucked up thing too, when it came to like the chaos, it was like petty arguments. Unless there was some serious bullshit that they were hiding from you, because some of you that was going on. Others of you where it wasn't going on to that extent, they may have been interested in somebody else, potentially. Or they were just, I get like a meddling energy with like the back and forth. You know what I mean? Like, some of you, it was just a matter of emotional manipulation. They were taking advantage of your kindness because they knew once they had you, they could get away with it. Fuck that. Oh, that would irk me. That would irk me, especially if I saw it happening. Because when you see something happening to somebody and you want to tell them, but then you don't want to tell them because you're like, no, because they're just going to get mad at you, or because it's better for them to figure it out on their own. Anyways, let's go into whatever comes out for Cancer. A couple more shuffles. Here we go. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for hitting that like button. Appreciate it. Cancer, whatever comes out. I hope it's something good for you. I always hope that for each and every sign, but you never really know. Unless I get stuck in that moment, you don't really know. I don't really try to force. And I'm not one of those readers where I'm going to and I have to feel it. I can't make it up. If I make it up, I don't feel like I belong out here. All right. The Lord of the Shadows. The Eight of Chalices. Emotionally. You could have just felt holding resistance. You might have felt like when it came to your emotions or working with going towards trusting with building with somebody. 6 of Wands reversed, 3 of Pentacles. It's almost like You knew what you wanted to go after, but you didn't see it working out in your favor at all. I'm going to tell you, you didn't. Yeah, I did see that one. I'll be honest, I saw that one, Eight of Pentacles, and I'm like, you know what? Doesn't surprise me. What's this one? Ace of Wands reversed. Your reading is specifically making me want to tell you, whatever's been done has been done. Just be happy to be able to continue forward and find somebody that's going to appreciate you and value the way you would value them. That's what your reading is making me feel like I should be saying to you without really focusing on reading the tarot. So you have the Ace of Wands, this reversed, the Ace of Wands reversed. You have the Earth Mother reversed, the High Priest upright, the Two of Wands and the Three. This just tells me you got to go. You can't be, there's no more resistance to things that didn't work out. There's just moving forward and expressing who you are and accepting people to accept it the way they are, whether it's going to work out or not. You know what I'm saying? And not being overwhelmed or upset about it and just letting things be what they're going to be. Why? Somebody was, I'm just going to tell you, it's trying to tell me what you went through. So I get the Knight of Pentacles reversed, the Queen of Chalices reversed, then the Two of Chalices reversed, the Five of, you have the Five of Swords reversed. You have the, basically what could be kind of like the Hermit, but it looks like somebody who's very like wise, reversed. Queen of Pentacles reversed, Seven of Chalices reversed, the Oak Tree reversed. 9, you have you upright. But it's almost like everything, you had a lot of ugliness done to you. I don't know how else to pronounce this. There was a lot of ugly shit that you had to endure. And I hate this. I hate that I'm saying this like live right now. But it's like you had to deal with this. I don't feel like you're hung up on it anymore. But I do feel like it kind of made you put the fucking brakes on for a minute. I feel like you recognized, Nine of Wands, I'm not coming to the table. I'm not spinning the wheel. I'm not playing these fucking games. It's how I think how you felt. You're like, I'm not going to get stuck in this bullshit. I'm going to focus on my own shit. Yep, that's exactly what you did. But now I think you're going to come to a realization. I got to get out there. I got to move out of that energy and communicate. This is moving out of it. This is communicating. Goodbye to the past, because I'm stronger than that motherfucker in that, or the fuckers that put me in that energy. That's what I feel like Cancer could be going through or went through. So a lot of you, if you had a hard relationship, you're not really stuck in that energy anymore, or you're accepting that, like, basically moved out. You moved out of that energy, or you're moving out of that energy. I feel like a lot of you have been, the energies you moved out of it, but you haven't taken that big stride forward into the next, like, opportunity. I don't know how it's the fuck to say it. To the next person, opportunity, experience. I just feel like that's what you're. I feel like I gotta push you off the cliff. Like you're the fool card. I gotta be like. I put a funny post on my shit where it's like 4 different things, and the last one, the bird pushes the other bush, and it's like, fly, bitch. I feel like I gotta be the bird telling you, fly, bitch. like because I feel like that's the only thing you're not doing yet. Now this could have reasons. This could be because you don't feel there's anything around you, or you haven't had time for it, or you've had other things that, other priorities. But I do feel like it's going to surface, or it's going to come to you to where it's like, okay, I think it's going to change for you. I'm almost 100%. I know it'll change for you if you let it. Hear me? If you let it, I can see it will. Here we go. All right. Leo. Wow. Cancer. What in the hell? I like that for that zodiac sign, though, because I can tell it'll make them happy if they're willing to change or go towards it. I'm not looking deep into like what's going to happen, the outcome, step 1, step 2, step 3, step up to the 10 steps. I'm not doing all that shit. but I'm seeing that it looks like you'll be feeling a little bit like yes kind of energy, like feeling good about it. That's enough for me. I'd rather see that happy energy than that, like, you almost feel like that energy Taurus is kind of sitting in now. You were sitting in for a while. It's just what it's telling me. All right. It's just what it's telling me. Here we go. Leo. All right. No, I'm not going to push anybody off a cliff. You know, that was figuratively speaking. You ever see The Good Son? The little bastard son, Macaulay Culkin? It's not really who it is, but of course. I got a health message. I got a phone call from healthcare, and I'll have to give them a call back. I wonder, I'll look up the number. I get too much spam and fucking bullshit right now that even if it says it's a local number, I'm like checking the numbers before I answer it. Because I'll get like 2 or 3 a day, and it drives me nuts. Leo. I'll be like, oh, somebody's calling me. Oh, potential spam again. Nobody loves you, Leo. I feel like, you motherfucker. Like, oh, damn, you know, could be washing a dish, just fucking doing nothing, walking outside, just go light a cigarette, and like, oh, somebody's calling. Cool. Oh, they're calling back. Hold on, guys. I might have to take this. Hold on. They're calling twice. That doesn't happen. Give me 1 minute, just because it could be about my child. Hello? Hey, what's going on? What's up? He's good. Yeah, he did. Oh. Okay. Jesus. I am back. Sorry about that. I appreciate you all waiting. All right. Might be having to go to Boston again. We'll see. Oh, I'm over at appointments. All right, I'm definitely lighting up for Leo. All right. What is the message for the zodiac sign of Leo? Straight to the point. Here we go. Leo. Leo. One more. Straight to the point, Leo. What's the message for Leo? What do we got for Leos? Change. What kind of change? Let's see what we get. You got the Tower card upright. Investing. Some of you, it's going to be the investing or the investments you focus on. Some of you, it's going to be, I'm not going to say much. I want to see where this goes. Give me something about this. For Leo. Zodiac sign of Leo. Damn. Holy hell, you're really going to put a lot of work and investment. I almost feel like you're going to really try to, some of you, it's going to be a matter of starting to either show your worth or make more worth. Gain more money, save more money. You may be in this energy for a little while. I think you're going to sit in this energy for a little while. I wanted to ask Leo this question. Whether you're a woman or man, might kind of favor the guy, may favor the girl. Have any of you in the past 2 or 3 days, the Leos, have any of you been having weird, hard time sleeping? Have any of you been, just the past couple days, or have any of you been getting like little fucking headaches out of nowhere? I don't think I had anything other than that to ask Leo. It was just quick, easy stuff. Here we go. Waking up sweaty, that's the one I should have asked because that has happened to me. But that could be because I'm not feeling well. Thinking. You have this, I need to know what to work with energy, Leo. You have this, you give me this strong, what do I want to invest in? What's going to bring balance? What's going to bring balance tenfold around kind of energy? What is worth my while? Because the world in reverse makes me feel like it kind of comes off unknown. And I'll have to look up why what the back of your hand is itchy for, what that means. Because I scratched my hand right after I said that. I don't feel like you want anything, any lies or any deception coming your way. I don't think you're going to put up with it. You give me this, I won't put up with it energy. Clarify it. Oh, that was so fast. Whether it's especially whether it's in a love situation, definitely if it's attached to love or feeling distance from being in love or stuck in a situation, you come off like no. Like, Let's see where that goes. Leo. You could just be at a distance from love. You could feel at a distance from it right now. You could just feel like I'm at a distance with love situations. Hold on. Clarify anything for Leo. I want them to, I feel like I want them to shift or clarify. Clarify that page. You just come off, this is so weird. There's 2 things here. You give me this energy where it's like you want to, it's almost like I want to go after something. I want to emotionally be a part of something. You give me, I want to be a part of something, but I don't feel like anything's near me. You come off like I'm not fighting for it or it's not fighting for me. It doesn't even feel like it's in the, in the boat, in the water. Shit, it ain't even on the beach kind of energy. And I'm not trying to focus on that or be upset about it energy. You have this, the 10 of Wands, but before that, you have the 9 of Wands reversed. You go from that to the Ace of Cups. You have the... Emotionally, when it comes to situations or moving towards them, you feel like they haven't been showing up or moving towards you. You feel like you haven't moved towards them or they haven't moved towards you. And I feel like you're like, I'm so over that. I just want things to work the fuck out. Spin, change, move, momentum kind of energy strongly. Here we go. Your mind's made up on that. That decision, you've already made up your mind. I don't feel like you're stressed about it. You may not feel like you're getting communication or solution, resolution, something about solution with the death. Hold on. You're not, I don't feel like it's really getting to you. I think emotionally you think about it, but then you go back to focusing on staying busy. And look who's doing the busy, you, or trying to manifest what you want to have happen. If any of you have this energy, you may not. Some of you may. I'm going to say it because it's a tricky energy to deal with. Some of you don't almost feel like there's no reinforced energy around moving towards. I feel like anything other than yourself right now. When it comes to love, it just doesn't seem like it almost, I don't want to say it feels like a challenge. It just doesn't feel like it's something that you see that is going to, spark interest Well, let's see what you get. I feel like the message I'm supposed to give you, if you've kind of let go of the feelings or thinking about going towards it, it's okay, just as long as it's not like in a negative mindset. Well, I'm going to say that is this King of Swords, the Justice, and the Ace of Swords. I feel like just have truth and clarity, or focus on the truth and clarity. Don't have any anxiety about, starting something up or thinking it's something you could work with. Because right now, I don't feel like you feel that committed to it or want to honor it. I don't feel like you're wanting it to bother you, but I do feel like you may feel at a distance with it, the foundation of it, or getting it to come around or actually work out. Something about work out. Be the right, something with the Emperor, be the right move or right one. Huh. This will make sense for the one who's probably not communicating and has been still with their still with the situation of relations for a while. I don't think so. It's like emotionally, you're not excited about that. It tells me emotionally you're not excited about that. I almost get emotionally you may try to ignore it. But with the High Priestess reversed, I feel like you're having a hard time finding somebody that feels like they're going to be a match made in heaven, a match made like a soulmate connection. You just give me this. I'm not sure if it's gonna land in front of me. I'm not sure if I want to move towards it or if it's gonna be something ugly. You kind of give me this. Why haven't I met a great man energy? Why haven't I had that happy outcome celebration? What's going on? I really want the balance, but I feel at a distance. I'm not really struggling to fight with it. You almost give me, I ignore the feelings of the investment towards it. I feel this ignore energy because I invest in myself. This is what I see for Leo. We're going to go to the other tarot for Leo. Woo. Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's see what we get for Leo. I don't know if you guys heard my phone buzz. Somebody asked me I'm itchy there again. Maybe it's just dry skin. But somebody asked me like 3 or 4 days ago if I could pick them up at the bus station. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I can pick you up in the evening at the bus station. Well, the evening became, I got to pick them up around the time I get my kid off the bus. And I'm like, fuck. Like, I was like, yeah, I'll get you, but you might have to chill for a little while because the evening is, I consider like after 4, 5 o'clock, 5, 6 o'clock. And you're needing to be picked up around the time my kid gets off the bus, and I'm gonna have to wait for the bus. You know what I mean? Like, here we go. Look at that. There you be. Here we go. Leo. Whatever comes out for you. Whatever comes out for you. Okay. Leo. Whatever comes out for Leo. Be careful with your thoughts right now, Leo. I'm going to tell you. Be careful. I'm going to show you. And I looked at this after I said that. I almost feel like you got to kind of emotionally be like adaptable, acceptable to yourself. And I feel like anytime you have thoughts that you might, anytime you think too much or you have thoughts that aren't of the best or the highest good, and you know that you're doing this with that moon card in reverse, and it may make you feel like this or maybe not be the right thing, I'm going to tell you, put it down. 10 of Wands reverse, let it go. Focus on change. Do not focus on that. You know what I mean? Focus on the things that came out in the last reading. Go after, being productive right now, Leo. Take on with that and trust the fuck out of that. Because if you focus on emotional things or cutting things out or wanting to go towards passion or move in that direction, let's see where this goes. Putting in the work, investing in that, moving towards it, it may not make you that happy. Why? Because you're going to have a hard time seeing a victory or seeing the movement of something change or excite you. What? In love. Okay, now I'm getting the theme of this. Now I'm getting what it's trying to tell me. So it's making me feel like if you haven't been getting balance in like, I almost feel like you're in a rock and a hard place. Some of you. So either you're deep in love, love's great, it's working out perfect, or love ain't working out so hot, and you're working on yourself. I don't feel like you're getting both. I feel like that's what I'm supposed to be picking up right now. And I see this energy where it's like I want to be passionate, Ace of Wands. I want things to turn in my favor, or I want things to work out. You know, the Wheel of Fortune. I want to see growth, Eight of Pentacles, expansion. I want to know I can own it with the King of Pentacles. I'm willing to rush towards it or move towards it, but I'm not seeing the outcome or the happiness. Why? The Queen of Chalices, emotionally, the Four of Chalices. I don't feel emotionally connected to it or like it's in front of me. You have this, I'm not sure. Emotionally, though, it's almost like your emotions want the celebration, but you don't think you see it landing in front of you. Or something about working out. Go to the bottom again. The High Priestess. That might be what you're feeling with the High Priestess, Two of Chalices. And I feel like you're trying to ignore that feeling. I feel like she's not trying to focus on that or anything outside of... It's almost like you don't want to focus on what you know you should focus on that's bothering you. And look at the fucking guy. Does this guy not look like he's got something on his mind? You could be female, you could be a man, but it's like, bottom of the deck, you shouldn't be worrying about situations right now. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about things, whether they work out or they don't, because at the end of the day, if you play with this energy, I feel like when it comes to getting communication or being happy, you're not going to feel that great. I don't feel like you'll feel that great. You won't, and you may miss out on other opportunities. I'm just going to fucking say it. So, like, especially because when I read tarot, there's a lot of negative energy that will come out when I read the tarot. There's positive energy that will come out too. But it's a matter of keeping them a strong mindset of either being, optimistic or pessimistic. And this is the crazy part for Leo. This is the fucking crazy part for you Leos. I don't care about the sex. This part's important. I look at it like this. I look at it like it is a matter of, okay, how's my mindset going to be going forward? But I don't feel like if I call you out to be pessimistic right now, you're fully pessimistic across the board. Like, fuck this, fuck this, fuck this, fuck that. No. It's almost like choosy. Like, you're okay with this, you're okay with this, you're okay with this, but you're pessimistic as fuck on this. And it feels like it pertains to love or challenging mentally, letting the negative energy run its course towards that direction or thought process of it. No, don't do that. That is one of the worst things you can do. Let me tell you, that is not what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not what you want to do. Just trust me on that. You will not have the solution will not be provided, or you won't get the outcome, or something could pass you by that was meant for you. And I don't know how to express that other than like, it's just a matter of kind of being very, how can I say it? Being very sure of you, being very, I don't want to say apprehensive, but being very conscious of how you're responding to shit. Because I feel like across the board, you're responding to things well, but there could be certain areas where you may not respond to it on the best, on a positive mindset, and it's more negative, which doesn't help. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't mean that some of you it'll hit home with and it'll make sense, or it'll dawn on later. Others of you, it may not make any sense, whatever. That's what I've got for you right now, Leo. All right, we're going to move on to Virgo. Virgo. Let's go. It didn't feel fully across the board for that sign. It just felt like towards love or wanting to mentally or love, something like that. And it felt like a little bit was attached to each other, struggling in that area. I feel like that was what I had to get out. Here we go. Virgo. Virgo. I can't complain. I think I smoked during Leo. Got a phone call. Had to leave. Got a text message. And I was just like, I'm like talking about not being popular. Then my phone blows up. Isn't that Murphy's Law? Shit. Here we go. Only 2 people. Virgo. Straight to the point. Well, I got to shuffle one more time. Just one. Just one more time. Now, Virgo. Straight to the point, Virgo. Ooh, good, 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 good. You are not letting anybody that you dealt with upset you at this point. You have them kind of emotionally. I feel like somebody tried to put you at a disadvantage emotionally, and it doesn't bother you. It doesn't do anything for you at this point. Whoever did that, you're done. It's behind you. You're okay with it. You have that 3 of Swords in reversed energy. I feel like somebody was trying to. This feels like a very controlling and nasty energy. Very controlling energy. Might have treated you like instead of a partner, like a child when they walked away from the situation, or even tried to blame you to be the child. Fuck that. Emotionally, I don't feel like you're sitting in that energy. I feel like this is gone, done. I don't feel like you're stuck there. Not at all. Page of Swords. Some of you might have started communicating or trusting yourself, working on yourself. Yes, working on yourself. Trusting it too. Trusting it fully. Good. I like that. Some of you, it's a matter of, I feel like you might have been a good listener to this person, or even been emotionally like, I can't fucking believe they would say this. And you're like, well, fuck that. I'll just put the work and effort in me right now. I'm not going to let somebody do that to me. I do think it was something that you had to like deal with. Now, they definitely could have been a fire sign, air sign, maybe earth sign. Whoever was trying to keep you stuck, fire sign, earth sign, maybe an air sign, you said no, goodbye. I feel like you put this person, it's almost like you rejected that. You said, you're like, I got to get this energy away from me because this person is not coming at me humbly, and I'm not putting up with all this fucking bullshit. I just want balance, and that's what I want to move towards. You can't see that I'm not willing to negotiate or argue with you, or that every time we talk it's kind of ugly, or it's not the happiest outcome. Well, I don't have to put the time and effort in towards that or emotionally take that abuse. You know what? We were in it at one point, but I've had a lot of time to like let it marinate and think about this shit. And I think it went past the power of patience with you to where you're like, nope, I'm not going to have anxiety or regrets over it. Emotionally, I'm not going to let it move towards me or work with me because I don't want to work with it. You come out like, I don't want to work with something that wasn't working with me nicely. I almost feel like somebody said some ugly shit. I don't know whether you both did or one person said something a little more harsh than the other, but whatever happened in this love situation, the communication wasn't the greatest, and it made it easier to try to just say, you know what, let it go, kind of. Let it go. 3 of Cups. Say goodnight. Say goodbye. Put it to bed. Show me something else for Virgo. Straight to the point. You didn't think you could trust them, and you also felt like they closed off their heart, and they made you feel like you didn't know what they were going to do next. I don't like that. So you made the decision I get this Fool card like I had to back off. I needed to back away from that energy. And really focus on the things I want to change in my life and in my happiness. Something about what can change in my happiness. What new rainbow can show up? What new almost like what new offer can come towards me in a celebration that'll make me happy or feel like I'm connecting right or doing the right thing, something that could balance out. I feel like you wanted to play with that. I don't think a lot of you rushed towards it though. I think it was more of a thought. I think you got more invested in career or taking, you give me like I had to take my power away from this person. Whew, we're done. I feel like you might have dealt with something a little heavy, or somebody, I just feel like somebody wasn't treating you very nice. That's what I'm getting for your energy. Here we go. Let's see what the other tarot says for you, Virgo. Whatever comes out for Virgo. Whatever comes out for Virgo. Virgo, whatever comes out for you. All right. Two of Wands. Why? Why is that here for Virgo? You almost give me somebody let you down energy. Somebody let you down or emotionally put you in like a funk for a little while. And you kind of had to not really be stuck there or emotionally invest in it. You had to let this, you give me this, I couldn't deal with this, I had to let this go. I had to let this go, and I knew I had to do this. I couldn't put the work or effort towards this. It wasn't worth trying to fix it. You give me, I couldn't fix the situation. And I think you got to the point where you didn't want to. I get this energy where you didn't even want to fix it with somebody. Here we go. No, I think you just wanted to focus on the things you could work on. You have had to accept things for what they are: nature, energy, whatever you dealt with. I couldn't get stuck with some of you. I couldn't feel like being mistreated or misled. I couldn't be mistreated or misled because that's what was happening. The Earth Mother, Six of Wands. And I feel like you recognized it for what it was, and you couldn't pretend like you couldn't see it, like the tree staring back at your face. I feel like it made you focus on being more productive, focus on your goal-oriented stuff. I feel like you felt like you had to back off from situations. That you invested in. It's simple. At one time you were happy with, or it made you happy at one point, or you made it happy. But at some point it was like you had to look away from the investments. Not play with them. The 10 of Chalices, emotionally, Knight of Chalices, 4 of... You felt like somebody wasn't treating you good. So it might have got to the extent, I'm not even picking all those up. I'm going to tell you what I see. Some of you might have felt like somebody wasn't treating you right or fairly. And it got to a point where you were like, no. I'll move on, and I'll move on to somebody who will do that. And I think you saw that. You felt it. You saw it. You thought about that. You went through all the feelings, the feelings you could go through, and the mental clarity. That was the upstairs. That was there. Oh, okay. I don't know if I could get any more, but let me see if I can get something else. Anything else for Virgo quickly? Ace of Wands. What's going on? One more. I'll give you one more. Give me one more. I'm definitely going to tell you the things that could be coming towards you in the future is a fire sign, earth sign, definitely a fire or earth sign. You could be getting involved with in the future, or an air sign. That could be something that's leading to balance or happiness in the future. 8 of Wands, maybe working in your favor, going in that direction. I feel like that could be something that brings happiness down the road. That's what I see for Virgo. We're going to go to Libra. Libra. All right. What do we got for Libra? Here we go. What Libra. I can't believe my headache's not like booming right now. I thought it would be, but it's still there. It's just not as bad as it could be. Okay, what do we got for Libra? Why is this here to start? Okay, keep going. Tell me, give me something for Libra. Good. I like the energy right now. We're gonna start with that. Give me more about this for Libra. This is straight to the point. You're gonna go up top too. Anything else that needs to come out for Libra before I say anything? You have this strong, like, I'm just gonna go in the directions that make sense or the investments that feel good. You have this, I need to feel good. I need to focus on the investments. And that's what I'm going to do right now. Energy. I can't really relate that to a person. I can't really relate that to a relationship. I feel like that's just how you're feeling. Because when you come to the emotions or the strength of a relationship, I feel like you've kind of accepted it. That makes me feel like I've kind of seen things for what they are. The Fool, I've wanted to move towards passion or love. But then again, you got the Three of Swords. It tells me you've been okay on your own, or been trying to, like, you have that energy where you're not letting. I almost want to say it's almost like if somebody didn't believe you and thought your walls were up against a relationship. I don't feel like they are, but that's how people may think you are acting. That's fucking strange, but that's the energy I'm getting. I feel like you're giving thought to situations. I feel like you're taking care of things that are going to bring in happiness and abundance for you right now, tenfold. Now it's really that aligned with the whole top row. I don't think you want to be stressed out. I do think you wouldn't mind the passion or excitement of going towards the social gathering or committed energy, but I don't think it's something you've put a lot of work or effort into emotionally right yet. I think you've held back from going towards this. I think you've been trying to be patient with it. And I think a lot of you Libras, this may resonate with, because look at this shit. I think you're at a distance from the communication or doing that or moving in that direction, Libra. Here we go. Show me something for Libra. You're not communicating. Some of you are emotionally unsure if you want to chase that. If you want to, I don't feel like you're detached from love, but you might be back and forth on if I even want to go towards love right now. You give me this strong. You got the Knight of Cups, the King of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Page of Cups reversed. It's very back and forth. Like, I'm not sure what judgment I want to take or what I want to work with right now. What the fuck am I supposed to trust? You come off where it's like, I'm not sure if I want to move towards it or move away from it. Holy shit. You are like, I am so undecided about love right now, or what I want to do with that shit. And I don't feel like it bothers you. It doesn't. I don't feel like you feel restricted about it. Of course, you hit the ground. See what you are. You're not worried about it. The King of Wands. You may have let go of a situation where you guys didn't. I feel like whatever happened to Libra, you didn't get told everything. Not everything was exposed to you, and you know it. And I feel like you're the woman or you're the man, because there's two women and there's two men here. Not everything was told. Not everything was expressed in that love situation, and you know that fucking happened. And that's probably why you're like, what the fuck? Do I want to do it again? Here we go. Welcome in, Heather. Thank you, Living Muse Tarot. Appreciate that. I was wondering how that felt for some. And I love when I see in the comment sections, when I give like a really hard blunt reading, and I'm like, man, that zodiac sign's gonna fucking hate me. And they're like the strongest ones in my comments. Like, that resonated like a fucking personal reading. Like, how the fuck do you do that? Like, because it makes me feel like, you know what? At least they're willing to look at the situation in like with depth perception. And it takes away a little bit of the guilt that I may feel for saying something, because not everybody's going to be ready to hear what gets said. And I have to accept that. Here we go. All right. Anything else for Libra? Anything else for Libra? You just come off with, I can't stress about the things that didn't work out, and I got to put work towards the things that can work out. And you come off like you're very motivated and very, you have like, I'm very articulate, or I'm very in tune to trusting that I can put work or invest in situations around me right now more than I have to worry about a relationship, what happened in a relationship in the past. Right here at the top, the 10 of Wands, what you saw happening with that 6 of Swords energy, which you had to release, let go of. What it was, this is an overcome part in the top. I had to overcome what was upsetting me, or how the situation did upset me. I had to kind of like, I had to let it go. And now the 9 of Wands reversed, the Harvest, the Queen of Wands. I'm not going to let it stress my heart out. I'm not going to let this stress me the fuck out. I'm going to put my work and effort and dedication into me. You give me this strong, I want to put that work in. I want to see that work and growth expand. You come off where it's like, I'm going to focus on my business, and I'm going to, you have this strong, you almost make me feel like you can't be distracted by the things that didn't work out, or were nauseating or upsetting. And the easiest way out is focusing on what you have around you to achieve, or staying committed to the things that you're attracted to outside of love. That's what I'm getting. Here we go. It may not have worked out with an air sign or a fire sign, is what it's telling me. Some of you, it may not have worked out with an air sign or a fire sign. Those might have been the changes that needed to erupt. Something like that. The high priestess, I feel like you are aware that those battles are behind you. 4 of Wands, that celebration is not something you're really holding on internally anymore. Page of Chalices, emotionally, you've let go. I feel like you're just trying to, take care of yourself right now. That Green Man energy, I feel like you're trying to take care of yourself while still wanting to find something that's good in love or worth investing in. Some of you, it's more or less, I don't want a relationship. I don't want to deal with anybody. I just want to deal with building what I can build. This Queen of Pentacles energy. The Moon card with the Knight of Wands. I became very aware of all the problems, all the fights, all the complications, all the things that were resisting to changes, all the things that weren't building, or weren't emotionally supportive to me. So I didn't want to be supportive to them. And I also didn't want to be in this fragile, energy. If love wasn't going to work out, I couldn't get stuck emotionally, let it emotionally evaporate, my worth or my feelings. 10 of Wands reversed. I feel like you were like, no, I'm not doing that. The Witch. You started to invest in yourself, and that made the most sense to you, or that's what you really started to feel like you needed to trust. Something about that owl, you had to trust your own discernment. Okay, we're gonna move on to Scorpio. Scorpio. Here we go. What's the message for Scorpio? Scorpio. Straight to the point for you. Straight to the point for Scorpio. Some of you guys, anything that challenged you, didn't work out, you're okay with that. I feel like you're okay with that. I feel like things that you wanted to see balance out, you didn't like, if you dealt with things that felt like a flight risk or weren't worth working with, you're not letting it stop you. Give me this. I'm not letting it keep me stuck energy. I'm very goal oriented and I'm going to keep playing with that energy. Something else for Scorpio, straight to the point. Because whatever you did invested in the past, could have been in, some of you could have been an earth sign, air sign. Could have been an earth sign, air sign, definitely. That you may have invested in where it just wasn't working out. I don't even feel like you guys communicated well towards the end. Emotionally, somebody may have been not trying to, I feel like somebody was trying to take advantage of a situation, or like they felt like they had stronger importance than you. That's fucking wrong. But like, they shouldn't feel like, nobody should do that. But it almost comes out like they felt like emotionally you had to listen to them. They didn't have to listen to you. That's childish. Fuck that. And that's probably why you were like, no, you got to go. I'm not putting up with that bullshit. Nope. We're done. I'm focused on my happy energy. You're not it kind of energy. You didn't trust them, or you learned that you couldn't trust them. Emotionally, you also may have felt like they didn't know what to trust or what direction to head in. When it came to love or the investment, I don't feel like you saw it being something that was going to keep you happy. I felt like you felt like there was too much different energy or energy. You guys were just not, you weren't aligning at all, is what it's making. You weren't achieving balance, and somebody really knew they couldn't trust another, whether it was you or them. And I do feel like it was, clarify, who was it? Was it Scorpio that knew they couldn't trust them, or was it the other person? It's got to jump. I'm not picking it up. Was it Scorpio or the other person? I don't know what it's going to say. Let's see what the tarot says. I got a little bit of both. Energy. At first, it tells me it was them, but then it says there was a lot of like fighting or arguments. When you try to work this out or take care of the situation, nurture the situation, go towards victories, I feel like you knew you weren't going to get there. I also feel like you became aware that when it became to something, I almost feel like you saw this coming to a closure before it happened. Like you knew that it wasn't going to work out. You just started to watch everything crumble. And it's almost like you knew what you're going to do. They were playing checkers and you were playing chess. That sucks. Like you were kind of ahead of that, is what it's making me feel like. Especially if they came off very childish. Some of you, if you dealt with somebody that came off very childish, that's probably how it went. This might not have been the last relationship, could have been the one prior, or it could have been the last relationship. I'm not sure what's going on there, but somebody was very childish. The longer you spent time in their energy, the more childish you got to see them become, whatever that's about. Here we go. Scorpio. What do we got for you? Whatever comes out, Scorpio. Go right from the bottom. You may be trying to get things. I feel like you're trying to start something. There might have been a delay to getting something to work out for you. What? The 10 of Athenas. And almost like everything felt like it was at a standstill. Something was put on pause or delay. Page of Wands. You might have had to wait for communication. I feel like something was holding you back. You felt stuck towards a situation. I feel like this has already happened. I feel like I'm reading past energy. The 9 of Wands, the Star card reversed. I feel like you weren't trying to let it bother you. I do feel like it was slowing you down. I feel like something was holding you back from moving forward. I don't know how they were doing this, but it was in a way where you were trying to become very unbothered by this energy. Because you had already gotten away from them. Did somebody owe you money? Did somebody have something that they took that wasn't theirs? It's something like that. Something was fucked up. And it was like you had to get back towards, you had to deal with somebody that you may not have wanted to deal with. I don't know who the fuck this is for, but this is different. Here we go. For you had to let go of an investment. You had to trust letting it go and emotionally accept it. You did, though. I felt like you didn't want to be upset about what was happening. You just accepted it for what it was. You stopped talking to him, it's telling me, and emotionally didn't like them anymore. Knight of Pentacles. And you started putting more investment towards your own self. I get this energy. This person may try to come back around for some of you. Some of you, this some bitch tried to come back around. I feel like you were like, nope, I don't want it. 5 of Wands, get away from me. Some of you also might have found a new person to go towards. You made it easier to get that person out of your life, or you lied and told them you were dealing with somebody else. And whether you were or you weren't, I feel like some of you had to do that. Some of you just had to scratch them away, get away. Like, nope, I don't want to work with you energy. I don't get like, hold on. You didn't want somebody in your social gathering anymore, and you made the decision. You were over it. You became over the situation. You may have felt like they were emotionally immature. I just get a very young emotional energy around this. And you were like, I'm not going to fight for a situation that's not even trying to fight for my happiness or doesn't stress about what I like. I hate to say this, but you might have dealt with somebody who had too many problems, burdens of the past, or was very fucking conceited. And I feel like they were very good at hiding how conceited they were. But I don't think they could hide it from you eventually. I feel like it came out to what it was. All right? That's what I got for Scorpio. I'm going to move on to Sagittarius. Let's keep going. Hold on, I got a message. Let me see. I'm low on phone power. I just tell him. $350. I have to sit there for a little bit. Sorry. All right. Now on to Sagittarius. Here we go. Okay. Straight to the point for Sagittarius. What's the message for Sag? You're going to stay investing in things that make sense to you for I feel like quite some time. You got like a little bit of time, like you're not going to let go of that for a minute. That feels like that's sticking around. It's not going anywhere. Energy. Here we go. Until you see the victories that you probably want to see happen. You're just going to keep putting a lot of work and effort and moving in that direction. Show me something else for Sagittarius. I'm going to do it the way it wants to. Now, a lot of you are wanting to play with things or see things balance out fairly. Some of you didn't get that with what's that? Okay. Some of you might not have had things play out fairly, and it definitely could have been with an air sign, earth sign. Next card. I'm not going to... Fire sign. Air sign, earth sign, fire sign, temperance. Could have been another Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. I thought it was going to... I think I got that one wrong. I felt like it was going to be Cancer, but I was like, I won't do that. Nope. It definitely could have been a fire sign or an earth sign. Emotionally... Ooh. Somebody may have made you feel like they didn't emotionally invest in you or care about your feelings. Oh fuck. They almost come off like they were spiteful over a situation or a love situation. I almost feel like they took out their situation on you. Things they hadn't cleared out in the basement. I feel like they did that. Emotionally, I think you ended up seeing it for what it was. And then eventually time passed and it was over. What do you need to trust with the High Priestess? You had to trust letting it go and not letting it get to you, is what it tells me. I feel like at a time it upset you, but you became like, you know what, I'm going to focus on goals and I'm not going to look back at situations that treated me foolish. You know what I'm saying? Judgment's reversed. You're saying no to that. Emotionally, I think you said, I'm going to cut off that energy. You know what? If it doesn't want to show up for me, all fiery hot and correct or balanced out, I'm not fucking investing in it. I think you came to that conclusion or that awareness. Very strongly feel like you did that. You definitely might have. The light is there. The wisdom's there. The self-respect is there on the table. You weren't going to let somebody emotionally fuck with you. You were like, nah, this shit's got to change. And I think you knew this. You knew this. Queen of Wands. So what did you do? You started to recognize I can invest in other situations, or I can invest in the things that make me feel established or connected or passionate. The things I'm passionate about. Those are the investments I'll focus on right now. I don't think you were going to let somebody play with your heart, play games with you mentally or emotionally, just woos you, fuck with you. Like, you're like, nah. Star card. I'm gonna tell you, definitely could have been an air. It could have been any sign, but I'm telling you, it just feels like it strongly feels it could have been an air. Jesus, air sign, earth sign, maybe fire or water. I mean, the water feels like it's emotions. The water sign. Oh my God. I had to say something. It's the third time I got a phone call. All right. Sagittarius. So whatever was happening, I feel like emotionally, whatever you were thinking about or what you wanted to communicate, it never really got to the distance or worked out to where the two people made the decision to trust speaking about it. Something about there was a conversation that needed to be had that they didn't have. Sagittarius, I feel like in your last relations, something needed to be addressed and it wasn't. I don't know why it comes out like that, but that's what I see. If I didn't have to get my kid off the bus or make sure that like there's no bus complications, I'd shut the phone off. But because I can't do that, I'm leaving the phone on. The first time I've left it on vibrate. And it's weird. I always put it on silent, like completely. But today I was like, no, I think I better keep it on vibrate. And it's vibrating like too much. Here we go. All right. Sagittarius. Whatever comes out for Sag, show me quickly for them. Yeah, it's reversed. I don't know what it was, but I saw that it landed reversed. You have a had to let something go energy that wasn't really committing or showing any improvement. I feel like it was just like I feel like you said goodbye to the battles. I feel like it was something that at first it was I feel like you never really wanted to have to deal. Like I feel like you did not want to have to do it. Emotionally, you and passionately, I think you recognize I have no choice. I got to stand my ground because it wasn't suiting you, and it wasn't making. I feel like neither person was happy. I feel like neither person was fighting for the happiness in a celebration. I feel like neither person was fighting for their celebration in a situation. All right. Here we go. Okay. Give me 1 second. All right. There we go. Show me something else. You just come off with like, I had to move away from an energy that wasn't really showing up for me or showing that it appreciates me. I had to make this decision. You know, I think you decided I had to start investing more in myself and take action. You give me this, I had to have action towards me, commit to myself more than a relationship that the Four of Wands, that I felt like I was being left in the shadows, and it was bothering me for a while before I made the commitment to X out of the situation. I feel like you learned that it wasn't changing, and then you emotionally accepted the ending. Something like that for Sagittarius. All right, we're going to move to Capricorn. 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 What card is this? I'm going to have to glue that one. One of my cards ripped. I'm going to have to buy this deck new again. Only like half of it peeled back, but I have to get the... I've had this deck a while, but damn it, I like using this one. I like when they're broken in. Sometimes they get a little too broken in and you just got to replace them. All right. Capricorn. All right. Here we go. Temperance. I feel like Capricorn's ready for the party to begin. I feel like a lot of you, if you had been at a distance from doing something socially or being socially available, you're ready not to have to. I feel like you're ready for that I feel like it's time for that to start happening. Let's see what you get. Hell yeah, it is. So you're looking pretty good right now, and things are looking like things. I feel like things could work out for you right now or make you happy in social gatherings. I feel like if you've been patient for that to happen, I feel like it's going to happen. I feel like if you didn't open up or you stayed away from aiming towards opening up emotionally because of past experiences, now it's going to shift, or it's going to definitely show a different outcome for you with the Temperance, Three of Cups, Three of Wands, the Sun. Here we go, Capricorn. It's telling me you might have got away from dealing with situations or love, especially love situations. I feel like now you're starting to recognize you can trust change, or emotionally, if it's something you're ready to go towards, you may invest in it, or it may just come. I get like it could be something that comes towards you. It could be something that you work with or works with you. Something like that. Those are two moving towards it or starting it energies. That's awesome, baby. Here we go. I'll show it to you if I see it again. I don't know if I will. I say no more. Three of Coins. You got 333 on the table. I feel like you're going to start working towards goals and relationships, or it's going to start becoming something very available to you. Whether you're focused on it or not, I feel like you have the up and up to get both right now, Cappy. I feel like you have the upper hand for both things to kind of work out well, especially if it hasn't been something you've been fighting for or focusing on. If you haven't been chasing love, I feel like that's going to be when it shows up. Love. Let's see what else you get. The Emperor could be a man. Some of you had to leave behind, I'm going to tell you, a fire sign, air sign, earth sign, whatever. Strength. Definitely going to be fire, earth, air. And you invested in yourself. You've moved on. And I feel like you're just waiting for things to transition to the next best celebration. I don't want to ruin your reading. And I feel like like you're going to be emotionally happy soon. I'm not doing much more for you. We're going to the other deck because I feel like I'm going to ruin this reading. And I like that. I'm not ruining that. We're going to leave it there. I feel like things are going to start to shift in a positive for you, like really just out of the blue. I think it's good. I feel good about telling you that. What else do we have for Capricorn? Whatever comes out. So some of you are at a position, it's telling me, with the 10 and the oak. It's almost like some of you have had enough with wanting to deal with love or take action towards opening up towards love situations. Where others of you may do the opposite, may open up towards love situations that you have not been investing in. It may become the investment, the person, the love, the experience, the time, the energy. It may be what you decide to harvest. I feel like if it's something you have not focused on, it is something you're going to start working with. This is the message I have for Capricorn. Anything else? So some of you, it's telling me you're emotionally ready to move towards it. And you know it would bring in happiness because you haven't been moving towards it, but you're still emotionally unsure if you want to. What? I feel like you'll get over that feeling. It'll become behind you. You'll let go of the struggles. You won't focus on it. 7 of Athena's, 9 of Pentacles, and you'll start to trust, I think, going towards a love situation or opening up to going towards a relationship. So if you're like single, like single like a Pringle, not for long. All right? I feel like that's going to shift for you. Here we go. We're going to move on to Aquarius. Here we go. Aquarius. What we got for Aquarius? Straight to the point for Aquarius. To the bottom. You're trusting not to let things upset you, get you upset. I feel like you're in a challenge position too. Some of you, the things that you may have had to kind of shift the way things were, or I feel like you want a lot of see a lot of changes, or you're going to adapt to a lot of changes. Something may not have worked out the way you had expected it to. And it's like every time you thought about it, it was more or less I have to release it and focus on what can work out, not about what didn't work out or get stuck in that energy. I feel like that was something you had to leave behind. I feel like that was probably the smart ticket. I feel like that having anxiety or feeling fear over that was probably the right emotional way to support you, whatever you're going through. Hold on. Some of you were unemotionally sure, or you were getting kind of tired of not knowing what was going to happen, or if there was something was going to work out. What the hell? So this could have been a work situation. Definitely, I'm done. Could have been a work situation, or it could have felt like work was falling in the lines of love, or love was falling in the lines of work. And I feel like emotionally you felt at a distance or at a disadvantage from it. But I felt like if you kept holding on to the investment, I feel like you got through the problem or didn't have to worry about the struggle. And the best part is I feel like it's almost like, I feel like you could have seen the answer the whole time, but you were kind of trying not to focus on being worried about what was going to happen. I feel like that was kind of getting the best of you. I don't feel like you came out short, though. I don't feel like you came out short. Some of you, it's definitely work-oriented. I feel like it's a work situation. Some of you might have felt like you did come out short in a love situation. It doesn't feel like a triangle. You might have just felt like the person wasn't emotionally supporting you or putting a lot of work and effort into you emotionally, or spending time with you. Something about time. He just wasn't doing it. Or, somebody wasn't putting the investment in. So you stopped communicating, it's telling me. You started to trust that that's not working out. I don't want that. I need changes. I need to see full changes because this isn't working out for me. All right. Woohoo! Let's move on to your other cards. It's got to be quick because I'm like so close to my kid's bus being here. Something quick for Aquarius. Oh, you showed up. So there might have been things that made you feel at a distance or a little unsure of what you're going to do with it. I don't feel like you stayed in that energy for too long. I feel like you had to work through that. You have the Star card here. I should clarify the Star card. You had to kind of trust if things weren't going to work out. I couldn't move towards them. It felt like the world was going to end. I got to focus on staying happy. I can't let my emotions get the best of me. That could have been energy you were in recently, or trying to stay productive, so that wouldn't happen for the sign of Aquarius. And just allowing things and trusting things to be what they're going to be, whether it's going to be part of your past or an experience or something you have to deal with. I don't feel like you wanted to have any battles or deal with any more decisions that were going to upset you, or just didn't feel like were going to work out. Anytime you wanted to invest in something and it felt like it wasn't being offered, or something about an opportunity, I feel like you just you kind of look back at a situation and we're like, well, then I'll have to, figure it all over again. I can do this. Kind of good energy. I think it took a while to reset that feeling or understand that knowing, but I think you did do that. That's what I see for Aquarius. I'll be right back with Pisces. Give me a second, guys. Okay. All right. Pisces. Straight to the point. Pisces. Damn. Pisces. Too many things at once lately. It's been how it has been for me. I felt it's been doing that a lot. Not every day, but enough. Too much. Is that same card or is it a different one? It's that same card. All right. On the bottom. Here we go. Pisces. You may have felt like somebody wasn't coming forward. Or wasn't being honest. Some of you, they were at a distance, or you guys just became distant. You had to release thinking about them or working with them. What? Balance. It definitely could have been a fire sign, air sign, earth sign. It wasn't worth fighting or struggling with it. It wasn't worth the fight or the struggle with this situation. I feel like you just had to move on. You weren't trying to be upset anymore. You had to stop with the communication. You noticed this wasn't going to work out. I feel like it definitely could have been a fire, earth, water sign, whoever it was you dealt with. I feel like you weren't willing to take risks, or you weren't seeing them show any forward growth, or they weren't even playing with putting the work in or the investment towards you. So that's why it was easy for things to change and for you not to look back at what needed to change, Pisces. I feel like you didn't want to feel like this with the person. And I think you know that. I think it became something where if they're not going to fight with me, or if it's going to get too combative or too hard, I'm just going to start trying to manifest something else, because this isn't emotionally healthy. And at one time, I feel like I was trying to accept moving away from this situation. I knew I needed to move out of the situation. It had to become part of my past and just focus on me right now. This isn't worth it energy. You were at one point, though, you were hoping for the lines of communication, or if they did come in. What happened? They came in, they went away. Emotionally, strength. Yeah, it's in and out, in and out, in and out. It's like somebody comes towards you, wants to talk to you, and then emotionally they're not available. They act like they're going to be their strength. The Six of Wands, they're not there. Emotionally, what's going on? You want the investment, or you thought you wanted the investment. Should we put the work in? Will it balance out? All of a sudden, you're getting tired of dealing with this. It tells me you're getting sick of a situation because of the lack of communication or effort. It feels like both. So I feel like you had to come to a conclusion and just say, you know what, this has got to go. It's not right for me. It's not going to work for me. I feel like you had no choice but to really look at it for what it was, or how you were getting. I almost feel like I don't want to say breadcrumb, but it's what it feels like. They were too in and out emotionally or playing with your emotions. And I don't feel like it was something you felt like you could value or trust. There was the communication I didn't like, and then I also didn't care for the fact that the person just felt like it just felt like they were way too fickle with this connection, way too on and off with this connection. Nah, screw that. All right, here we go. 333. Here we go. Pisces, straight to the point. So you're looking for changes. I think you're trying to develop or work on yourself, not be stressed out. 8 of Wands, I feel like you're in a letting go energy. I feel like you have clarity on a letting go energy, where she's holding like a crystal ball. You're not wanting to be stuck with, I feel like you're glad that you let something go. I feel like at this point in time, you're glad that you didn't stick around with something, and you're investing in yourself, and you're waiting for a real connection. I feel like that's what Pisces is gonna do, and I feel like Pisces knows they need to trust that situation. I feel like they know they need to trust it and kind of wait for that to evolve or happen. Here we go. Anything else, Pisces? Yeah, you want to manifest something, and I don't think you're in a rush to go towards it. I feel like you'd like to see it show up, but you're not really. You're not stuck on the X or moving forward. I feel like you're more investing in yourself right now. And you're just letting go of battles or accepting a defeat of something not working out. Whether it was recent, months ago, something like that. I don't think you want anything to throw you off kilter right now. I don't feel like you're about that right now. Harvest is reversed in 6. You're not going to let something like a celebration get in the way right now. I feel like you're honoring yourself right now. And you know that's probably the thing that's smart to do, is to trust yourself and put work towards yourself before a relationship. That's what it's telling me. I hope you guys all enjoyed these readings. If you did, please hit the like button. Pisces, it was a little short, but I do got to run upstairs and make sure I didn't miss my kid's bus, because it's going to be here any second. You all have a great day. It's 333. Take it easy. I'm out of here. Goodbye, everybody.